Good morning.
Good morning.
Why don't you wake up?
Good morning.
Should we release these at like 7 a.m. instead of 3 p.m.?
Good morning.
Maybe.
Because if I say
That
good
would make
morning,
more sense.
I say good morning but then I'd have to edit it. No, I can't do
Well,
it.
we don't have to say good morning. We can say, wake up from your nap.
Wakey, wakey, from your
wakey,
nap.
wakey, from your midday nap.
From your siesta.
Siesta.
If you haven't guessed already,
We're the Sleepy Siesta
We're the
Club.
Siesta Squad.
Siesta idiots.
Otherwise known as the Sleepy Idiots Club. Hey, I'm Felicia, one of your hosts. You can find me at Felicia3 on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads.
Hey, I'm Beth, another one of your hosts. You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at BethMostDef and on Instagram at BethTheBush.
Hi, I'm Jesse. You can find me at albynight.com on Blue Sky. That's it.
Yay.
And as I said, we're the Sleepy Idiots Club, which includes you. So if you want to get involved, go ahead and go to our website at www.idiots.fm. You can find us at idiots.fm on Blue Sky. There's a Discord link in the website somewhere, and you can chat with us and suggest movies and talk about what you liked and ask us questions. Otherwise, we're at Sleepy Idiots on Twitter. I refuse to call it anything other than Twitter.
Yeah.
And you can rate us at podchaser.com or Apple Podcasts.
Hell yeah. I think we're going to redesign our website again.
Cool.
For a
Why-
specific
sure, why not?
reason. For a specific reason this time.
Okay. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
Anything new in our lives?
Nothing good.
Oh no.
I've just had a shit ass weekend. It was
Literally.
literally. First I had to get my hot water heater replaced because it went out on Friday for the second time. They came out on Friday and looked at it and they were like, okay, we're going to come back tomorrow to do the work and it's going to take a while. We're going to have to turn off your water. I didn't realize that meant 6 hours.
Yeah.
Then
That's too many.
pretty much right after they finished, I took my cat in the backyard and smelled something a little weird. And I was a little scared that they installed it incorrectly and hit either a gas line or somehow like sewage. But it wasn't like enough to trigger anything. And then the next day I smelled it again. And then this morning it was bad. So I texted my neighbor and I was like, hey, have you smelled this? And she was like, yeah, I kind of thought it was just your hot water heater situation too. I was like, no, it's not coming from me. So first I called PG&E, which is our electric company, and they came out and they were like, yeah, it's not gas, but it does smell like sewage. And they kind of walked down the path. There's a creek path behind my apartment. They kind of walked down it a little and they were like, oh, there's your problem. And there's like a grate on the ground. Not a grate, but like a manhole, essentially.
Yeah.
In the creek path for some reason, like no access. I don't know why it's there, but it was like bubbling up water.
Ugh.
And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll call the city then. Again, this is not my sewer. It's just that I'm smelling the smell. So I had to call the city and they came out and they brought big trucks that I didn't know could fit on a small walking path, but it sure did. They were like in the side yard for hours and hours, and my cat was terrified and he was hiding under the bed because there were all these like noises when they started pumping out the sewer or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was fun people watching out my window at least, and I had to of course close all of the windows in the house because I didn't want to smell smells.
Yeah.
And I lit a fall candle and it was delightful.
What if it exploded everything?
I would have been upset. It was funny because I think we recently saw like a TikTok where that happened, where like sewage started bubbling into somebody's apartment, and we were all kind of just like, I think I'd kill myself.
I don't know
like,
what the fuck I would do.
Yeah, I'd burn it down. Like, I don't know what you do at that point. All your shit's ruined. Everything's gonna smell like sewage forever.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
I'm really
a somebody
glad it
owes
wasn't
me
mine.
money situation, I feel like.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, insurance payout for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so today I handled somebody else's crap is the line I'm going with.
Yeah.
That's like the worst smell possible.
Yeah, but
really
it was
is.
only like when the wind blew it towards me, because when the wind was blowing the other direction, I couldn't smell it at all, which is why I was like, okay, am I crazy? Is my nose broken?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
So I didn't do a ton this weekend. I did have my cousin and some lady from the Rainbow Vacuum thing come over to do a demo Saturday night. So all Saturday I cleaned and cleaned so this lady could come show me a vacuum and try to make me scared of dust for an hour. And so yeah, it went fine. She wasn't pushy, and I got a free like diffuser thing, which is fun.
Kind of fucked up you had to clean so someone could come vacuum.
Right?
Yeah.
The vacuum was really cool. Like, I would love one, but I absolutely would not love to pay how much it was or get it for free by doing demos in other people's homes, because that's not me.
Nah.
I gotta imagine there's a million of those things on eBay.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I didn't look, but I feel like they still would probably be expensive because they just are. But
Yeah.
maybe.
I know I said this in our group chat, but my dad got one, I believe, at a garage sale and still has it. It like totally swears by it, but it had like its own special trunk. Like I remember so distinctly because it was kind of hard to store because there's so many pieces to it.
Yeah.
But it did work really well.
My grandma had one like a million years ago, this like super old, like heavy one. Now they're like, I don't know, probably way easier to use and nicer, but
Yeah.
I'm still like, no, I can't do the work required to have it. I don't want it.
Yeah, dude, there's a bunch of these on eBay.
For how much though?
I don't know. Which one did they show you?
I don't know. I didn't know there was more than one.
Didn't you say it was like $3,000?
So it was like 3,400, and then she was like, "But if you do it today, we'll knock off 1,000." So,
What?
yeah. And then I was like, "No, I don't want to do it today." And she was like, "Well, I can't guarantee that price, blah, blah, blah." And I was like,
Yeah.
"I don't care." And then she was like, "Okay, well, I have to call Gretchen about it." And I was like, "Okay." And then she called Gretchen, and then Gretchen was like, "Offer it to her for free for 6 months." And then blah. And I was like, "No, take it out of my house. Get it out of here."
God.
I don't want it.
There's
So,
a million of them, but yeah, nothing close to 3,000. She's lying.
Well, technically 2,000.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they just kind of like, try to make you feel like, oh my God, I gotta get it now. No, I don't ever feel like that.
No.
Man, shit is so predatory. I hate it a lot. I don't like salespeople.
Also, the like get it for free if you agree to do 12 demos feels very pyramid schemey.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, 1,000%. That's
But
yeah.
the product also works, so
Yeah, that's the thing. It did work really nice. And there was a couple times where she let me do it, like on the rug, and I was fucking going to town and on the floor. I was like, I'm cleaning as much as I can with this thing before she leaves. So yeah, that was Saturday, and then Sunday I went have a chill lunch with my mom and just a nice chill day, and that was nice.
Hell
And that was it.
My power went out again.
Ugh.
Dude, so stupid.
It is. It's like the third time in a month. This last time, it was like nothing happened to cause it. It was so weird. There was no storm.
That's why I think your power company is going to get sued if they haven't been already, because like there is shit they can do to prevent this from happening over and over again.
Yeah. Well, luckily it's only happening at night. If it was happening like while I'm supposed to be working, I'd be very pissed.
Yeah.
That still sucks that you get off of work and then you're like, time to relax with some TV
Yeah.
and video games. And then
Yeah,
you're like, guess I'll sleep.
This particular week, it was Tuesday night, so I missed VR.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which makes me
hate that.
sad. Yeah, I hate that a lot. But yeah, it was like off from 9 p.m. until 5 a.m. And I immediately, like the next morning, bought a bunch of shit. Like I got a big battery backup thing. I got a phone bank, like a phone charger that is plugged into the big battery backup now. So I'll have like two forms of getting my phone charge up, because I think if my phone died, I would be miserable.
Oh, yeah.
because I was
I would
just sitting
lose
there
it.
in the dark listening to an audiobook, and if I didn't have that, my ADHD brain doesn't handle that well. I can't do boredom.
Well,
No,
at
me
least
neither.
Miriam could charge it in the car, worst case scenario, but
Yeah.
it's still not the ideal situation. Because we used to have, well, I mean, we still do, but because there's like fire situations every year here, we used to have a lot of power outages just as like preventative measures.
Yeah.
And I always had like really shitty little lanterns that really didn't do much. So, of course, we had a couple, and then I went out and bought these really nice, high quality lanterns that like light up a whole room. And then we haven't had one since. At least not for like 3 days or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that's what happens to you, is you never have one again.
I'm positive that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's got to be the same thing happening when my power goes out like that. There must be like a line somewhere near a tree or something. And if it moves a little bit,
Yeah.
they have to have fixed it, but who knows? But my saving, like, I hate heat too. I cannot handle heat.
Mm-hmm.
And the saving grace was this little like fan thing that Miriam got to go camping with her friends last year. You charge it with USB and it's got like a fan and an LED light on it. And it lasted a really long time. Like I was able to go to sleep with it and then it wasn't even like half the charge gone when I woke up.
Nice.
Yeah, so that thing's great. And I linked it to Beth. I don't know if she bought one.
I did not, but I need to because I get a ton of fucking power outages too. Like every time the wind blows the wrong way, goodbye.
Yeah.
And I can't be hot.
I've been worrying about you specifically this year because this hurricane season coming up is supposed to be gnarly.
Yeah, I mean, it should be over pretty soon, at least. Last year we didn't get any, and I'm like, what if that happens again? Knock on wood. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would
we
be
all
great.
need to go knock on so much wood.
Yeah, I'm in danger too of those hurricanes.
Yeah, for sure.
And this year in particular, the water's really fucking hot. So if one like slips through, it's gonna be pretty bad, probably.
Big boy.
Cool. You guys need to move out of literal hell.
I agree. I hate it here.
I'm so close to the water. It's it's wild.
Yeah, I don't like it here.
Yeah.
I also got a new pillow.
Woo.
I'm on like a lifelong quest for a pillow that is perfect.
Dude, same.
And this time I'm trying a millet hull pillow. It's like very fine dust. I don't even know what a millet is. I think it's some sort of grain or something.
It is, yeah.
But this pillow is full of that shit. And the move is to like, you take I was taking like a bowl full out a night until it got to the right consistency or whatever, so that I can, because I'm a side sleeper, so my head would be like level. And I think I got there, and this thing rules.
Nice.
Dude, I would never consider a pillow where you had to take millet out of it every night.
It sounds very old.
It's so weird.
What year
millet,
are you in?
Like, millet is what we used to feed birds as treats. Like, it's not a soft substance.
You gotta understand, I'm a researcher. So when I'm like, I'm tired of waking up with like my fucking whole like right side asleep because of my pillow, I'm like, all right, I gotta go hunting for a new pillow. And it was millet hulls, and then there's another type of some substance that I can't remember the name of. But the consensus on Reddit was millet hulls, and so far they're right.
Wow.
Because it's pretty great.
Interesting.
It's weird though, because it's not soft. It just like conforms to your position.
Like sand.
So it's like suspending your head in the air, kind of. It's nice though. I got it from a company called Pine Tales, and so far so good.
Nice.
Hey, what did we watch last week?
Hey.
I don't think I watched a single thing without you guys. That wasn't like a 1,000th rewatch.
Well, you guys watched Mom and Dad Save the World in VR. I didn't watch that.
Yeah.
We did.
Heard it wasn't great.
It was like a fucked up kids movie. It had some funny parts, and I like actually really genuinely loved the costuming.
Yeah, it was fun.
but no, it wasn't a good movie.
John Lovitz was really fun. He's just
Yeah.
very silly,
Mhm.
and that's great.
That's the only reason I wish I could have seen it, because I do like John Lovitz, especially in his prime. He was very funny to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched our watch along this week, which is 28 weeks later,
Oh, yeah.
or our watch along last week.
And I'm going to call out our listener, Frank the Whale, for indicating that it was as bleak as The Road.
No,
Shove
I've
it up
seen
your
The Road.
ass.
I've seen The Road. Those things are night and day.
Yes.
This was just fun.
If you want bleak, I will give you bleak. You don't know how bleak I can go.
I actually think
Oh,
28
shit.
Days Later was more bleak than this one.
Hmm.
Yeah, this one's a little bit sillier. Not
This
like
one started
super,
off
but
pretty gnarly.
yeah. It's got some very gnarly parts, but it
Yeah.
is like a little bit more silly isn't the right word, but it's a little bit more exaggerated, I want to say.
I think silly is a good word for some of the shit that happened in the movie.
There is definitely a silly scene,
Mhm.
but yeah, I think it's still a good movie. It's not a sad one.
No.
No.
Yeah, I had fun. It wasn't bleak, I didn't think.
Yeah.
It was just a dumb zombie movie.
How dare you?
Well, what? What would you call it?
A good zombie movie.
We watched The Manhattan Project, which I thought for sure had Matthew Broderick in it. He was in a movie called War Games, but I knew that. I just thought he was in both, but it was some other kid. And I loved that movie when I was growing up. I think it holds up.
It definitely strikes me as a movie that would have been aimed more towards younger people
Yeah.
in the 80s.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I don't think that us watching it now is the prime time to be consuming it.
Right.
No, I think it was fun in parts, though. But even though we just watched it, I couldn't tell you what those parts are. Oh, yeah, Beth watched this. We all watched Hatched together.
Yes.
Yeah, we've been doing some digging for like kind of niche horror. We've been trying to look through Shudder to see what they have to offer, but kind of immediately ran out of stuff we wanted to see.
Yeah.
So Jesse went to Reddit and they suggested Hatched, which was an interesting one.
Yes.
Very, very weird.
Yeah.
And a lot of, like, I don't, some horror just does this. It's just unnecessary grossness.
Yeah, it was a
Mhm.
Finnish movie. Isn't that what you found out?
Yeah.
So definitely subtitled, kind of creaturey. It was a creature feature a little bit.
Yeah.
For some of the time. It was an interesting premise. It was definitely not something I've seen before. But yeah, definitely some unnecessary grossness that I really could have
Mhm.
done without. Trigger warning for animal cruelty as well. That
Oh,
yeah.
bothered me.
Big time. I don't know why horror movies feel like they need to do that either.
Yeah.
It's almost never warranted.
Nah.
Trigger warning for gross liquid stuff.
You-
If you're like emetophobic,
Yeah.
it's you.
Yeah.
I feel like it would miss nothing if it got rid of the animal abuse and the puke scenes. It would just been fine.
Yeah.
It was never boring though. It was really good. I liked it.
Yeah, I had a fun time too.
Yeah, definitely not boring.
It features a mother that's worse than like the Carrie mother.
Ugh, she's
Yeah.
awful, dude. I wanted her to get eaten.
Maybe the worst movie mom I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
There's gotta be worse, but she's for sure up there.
She was just like fucking evil, like believably evil, I think is the problem.
She wasn't physically abusive, but she was extremely emotionally abusive.
Yeah. And
Physically
just
abusive and like what she made her do though, a little bit.
That's true.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah.
she's a
Yeah.
gymnast, so her
Yeah.
mom was all gung-ho and shit. Felicia and I watched a movie called Older Gods.
Yeah, I had seen it as like a new Amazon early release movie, and it was like a Lovecraftian eldritch horror situation, cosmic horror, and it was kind of riding the fence as like a 5 point something out of 10 on IMDb, which could be good or bad for horror.
Yeah.
So I kind of guessed it wouldn't be great because Lovecraft stuff is really like it has to be done just right. Otherwise, it's so boring. I honestly don't remember almost anything about this movie.
A lot of dialogue.
Yeah, it was very exposition heavy.
Very long scenes.
A lot of like phone calls and bad phone actors.
Yeah.
And like a lot of just kind of watching tapes where someone just kind of explains the situation to you, and they were just too long. This movie was only, I think, an hour and 20 minutes, but it was still too long. It might have been a cool short. They really just needed to edit so much out.
I was actually nodding off near the end.
Yeah.
Even though it was only like an hour 20.
Couldn't tell you what happened.
No. I thought it was just a bad movie.
Yeah.
And it was indie, and I feel like it was probably a very inexperienced director and editor.
And actors.
And actors.
It struck me as one of those movies where they don't like have auditions, they just kind of hire all their friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I meant to mention to you when we were watching it. The editing has some shit in it that if you pay attention to editing, you'll catch like a rhythm that the editor has when they're switching shots. And it's usually like every 4 to 5 seconds, the shot will switch to another angle. But in this movie, the editor wasn't doing that. There was just very long shots of talking, and that's always boring. It felt like
it wasn't dynamic in any way. It was just like is what it is.
It felt like a student project.
Yeah.
Like a high quality student project.
Mm-hmm.
We watched CISO, which I had wanted to do for a watch along at some point. I think when it came out on streaming, but we never got to it. And I felt like we're never going to get to it for a watch along. So we were just looking for something to watch. And I was like, CISO. And I liked it a lot. It's basically a graphic novel as a movie.
Yeah, kind of a more comic booky John Wick with an older guy.
Yeah, right. It's a World War II. It's a folk tale. Like it's about a World War II veteran from also Finland.
I don't know.
Was he Finnish? I think he was Finnish. But it was like a demigod. It reminded me of. He was just a badass.
Yeah. He was supposed to be like unkillable because he's, very good at what he does, and he's like a legend of sorts.
Yeah. Had very over the top kills.
Yes.
Some shit I had never seen before.
Yeah, fun stuff. I really appreciate like unique kills in horror, as morbid as that sounds.
Yeah.
But if a kill makes me go, oh, then it was successful.
Yeah, because it's just super creative. So it's like funner.
Yeah.
It's more fun to watch. Funner.
Mm-hmm.
There was multiple of those. Like the first one was best favorite, I think. And there wasn't even anything like flashy about it. I think it was the camera work that made it unique.
I can't even remember.
The knife.
I believe you. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was super awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a moving graphic novel. I really liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, I don't know that it's one I would necessarily watch over and over again, but I had a good time watching it.
Yeah, I'm good for a while. I would probably watch it, and that's like a good VR movie.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of dialogue.
No, it's all about the action and the kills.
And
this guy being tortured, basically. John Wick.
Yep.
Beth?
No, my brain needed a break this week. I mostly did rewatches. I rewatched Fleabag, rewatched Old Love Island.
Oh, yeah.
Fleabag's a good. I keep meaning to see if Miriam would like that, but she doesn't typically like highly awkward shit, and I feel like there's a lot of that in Fleabag.
It's basically it's so profound and moving at the same time.
I feel like it's good to watch by yourself.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
I mean, fun to watch with someone else too, but by yourself, like it's like you guys are friends and you're doing this together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. It's interesting that way.
Yeah, that's a really good way to describe it. Is like, the character of Fleabag is kind of taking you on a very personal journey. It's such a good show. It's one of the best shows in the world, in my opinion.
She's very relatable,
and
probably even more so if you're female.
Yeah, for sure.
The time for asking any question is right now.
Hey, we got a question from the Discord from our friend Tatiana.
Oh, yeah.
Etsy.com/magiclessmage if you like stickies and titties.
Oh, hell yeah.
And dicks, I think. I think she's got dicks on the market.
I bought one of those.
Hell yeah. You gotta buy a dick when you can.
You gotta.
What's she? They're like titty magnets?
Yeah.
Nipple magnets?
posted on I shared them on my story at one point, and our friend Matt was like, I was struggling for so long trying to figure out how those are supposed to stick to your tits.
Just a little tit on a tit. Come on, that's
Pretty
good.
That's very funny. Anyway, Tatana has a question. Is there an actor that every time you see them in a new role, you almost don't recognize them because of how well they transform?
Yes.
Yes.
Go for it.
So the one I chose, like, I mean, I always recognize her because we talked about this before. Like, we're good at recognizing people,
Yeah.
but this person is such a good chameleon, Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
good one.
She looks completely different in so many roles, and it's like wild. I don't know. She's really good at it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, she's in more dramas than you'd anticipate, given her like kind of comedy / wholesome family movie past.
Mm-hmm.
Who's yours?
So I think I kind of went the same route as Beth because I like am always aware of casting, or at the very least I like IMDb a movie immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not that I don't recognize this person, but I think because they're so good at adapting to different roles and like the personality really changes, Dan Stevens.
Yeah.
Because he is great at like being this sweet little like adorable man in some things and then being like completely terrifying in other things. Not that his appearance changes so much, but he has these crazy eyes that can either be so sweet and endearing or so terrifying.
Versatile.
And he's very versatile, very good at adapting to roles.
I think, I don't know, it's a tough one. I wanted to say Jodie Foster because I always think when I see Helen Hunt, I always think it's Jodie Foster, and vice versa. I can't keep them straight. So it's like a technicality there.
Yeah, there's
on pure acting skill. I think it's a tie between like Christian Bale and Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, Christian Bale's a really good one.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix too, for sure.
Those two can transform themselves in pretty impressive ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the one for Christian Bale that comes to mind is The Machinist. Have you ever seen that?
I haven't seen it, but I know he lost a shit ton of weight for that. He's also gained weight for roles.
Yeah, which is so hard.
Yeah, and not recommended.
No. No, not recommended at all. It's like really hard to do that, and it's really hard on your body.
Christian Bale specifically is one of those like method actors who isn't shitty about it. Like
for the most part.
I mean, it's not like Jared Leto mailing people severed ears.
No, definitely not. P.S. Jared Leto is always the same person except that Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah.
That's the one time he did good and he got an Oscar.
What you mean Morbius wasn't transformative to you?
No. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my two though. It's a tie. I don't know.
We are always confusing, not that this is super relevant, but when you were just saying about like how you always think one actor is another actor, we're always confusing Gerard Butler and Russell Crowe.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we can't think of one of their names, and we have to play like all these categories of separation to try to figure out who it is.
The last time it happened, I definitely thought Gerard Butler was in like 300.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he was. He was in 300.
He was. We thought
sorry.
Russell.
I meant Gladiator. I thought that Gerard Butler was in Gladiator.
Dude, I don't know anymore. They're the same person.
Damn, I was gonna say something. Shit, I forgot. That's gone forever. You guys have any news?
No.
Nope.
Me neither.
Although Ghost Files is coming back.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
this week. I want to say the 25th.
Yeah, let me play this then.
I'm very excited. Are you excited?
Yes.
For Ghost Files.
For Ghost
specifically.
Files. Hell yeah.
Watch our YouTube channel.
I was a patron for a few months.
Nice.
I did my support.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. It was a pretty fun Discord too. I just
Oh, a
I
whole
just-
Discord.
yeah. Well, you get it with the patron thing. But
Are
I went
you
through.
a Bugara or a Shaniac? I know the answer.
I gotta go with my basketball man.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
surprising. I would say Shaniac for you because you're a skeptic.
Well, yeah, our personalities are the most alike.
Yeah.
But I like Ryan Bergara, I think if you took one of them off that channel, taking Ryan out would destroy it.
I disagree.
Really?
I as much as I am a believer and I want to believer, I'm a Shaniac all the way.
For his personality. is
Yeah,
really
I
good.
fucking love Shane.
Yeah.
He's got a great personality, but I feel like Ryan's
Demons.
personality, I think Ryan carries that channel.
No.
He's so
It's
golden
just because
retriever.
Ryan does all the work.
Yeah, he does, but he's
But
also
Shane has the one-liners, man.
he's also scared as fuck of ghosts. You gotta have that.
And
True.
Shane is the most nonchalant person ever. Like, even if you're not scared of ghosts, I feel like being in a very broken down prison at night would still be terrifying.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you're right. You're
And
right
Shane
about
is running around like, stab me in the heart.
it.
I love him.
Maybe he's just a
Oh.
little stupid.
Dude, I just remembered what I was gonna say.
What?
My answer is Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Val Kilmer
yeah.
can transform himself into anything he wants, and it
Yeah,
works.
you're right.
Yeah.
That's my. I was just thinking about the Saint specifically, where he does that and for that entire role.
Mhm.
He just changes himself, and he can be an act. He can be a comedic boy. He can be a drama boy.
I have a different answer too. Anson Mount, aka Cullen Bohannon
No,
from Hell on Wheels. He could do Cullen. He could do the voice of Sebastian Castellanos in The Evil Within, which is how I first knew of him. And he's in Star Trek, where he doesn't look like either of those characters.
And Crossroads with Britney Spears.
Yeah, exactly. He's a chameleon.
no, you can't. I
That's
can't.
a great example.
If I say Val Kilmer and you say Anson Mount, you can't be serious. They're not in the same universe.
No, they're not. But I still think he's a chameleon.
All right, that's fine. You ride for your boys.
Yes. I'm a ride or die bitch.
Hey, Beth.
Hey.
Hey, what are we watching this week?
Wait.
Okay.
I'm also excited. Can we talk about like podcasts we're excited about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 2 new podcasts coming out tomorrow, which is the 22nd. The first one is Handsome with Tig Notaro, Mae Martin, and Fortune Feimster. And I love all 3 of them so much, and I'm so excited about it.
That's a good group.
This is
What's
a
it
brand
about?
new podcast.
I don't remember. Yeah, brand new.
Oh.
Comes out tomorrow.
That's getting a subscription right now.
Is it
'cause-
about
Yeah.
funny lesbians?
It's gotta be. I can't remember exactly what they said it's about, but
Is Fortune
I'm fucking
Feimster-
down no matter what.
Is Fortune Feimster a lesbian though?
Yeah.
Yes.
She's got a wife.
Is she really?
Yeah, she has
Yes.
a wife. I believe they're married.
She
believe.
does.
How did
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well,
So much of her comedy is about
is
being
yeah.
I
Lesbian
my
based.
exposure to Fortune Feimster is podcasts.
Yeah.
So I'd
Oh.
always heard her talk about like her life living in trailers and shit, but I didn't do the lesbian math.
What a funny thing to miss.
Yeah.
I don't see a sexuality.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Um,
Handsome, I just subscribed. That's an auto
Handsome.
subscribe.
And then the second one, I cannot remember what it is, but now I'm on a mission to find what's the other podcast I was excited about.
well, describe it.
I can't describe it. I can't describe who's in it, but
What the fuck?
I have to hunt. I have to hunt it down. I'm just gonna try to Google some shit. I don't know.
Jesse will
All right.
edit it in
Yeah.
here.
Yes, I'll edit. Do it.
Okay, I'll find it.
Why did I think she was straight? She's so clearly a lesbian.
Absolutely no idea. Yeah.
I feel like maybe she was fucking. I think I heard her on Santino's podcast. Maybe she was fucking around with him or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You
Gay
don't
as
see
hell.
lesbians. You're lesbian blind.
I am. My gaydar is actually very good. Am I allowed to say gaydar anymore?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I feel like it's bad.
Is it? Yeah, that's my feeling. I
feel
maybe...
like your gaydar is bad, not the word is bad.
I feel like it good. Just because I thought Fortune Feimster told a story about fucking a dude and it ruined the whole.
I mean,
my
just
whole
because she's
gaydar.
lesbian now doesn't mean she never fucked a dude.
Hey,
That's true.
True. Very
Maybe
true.
that's the situation.
Could be.
It could be.
Could be.
What's this podcast, Beth? You gotta find it.
I'm gonna find it. I will find it and I'll report back.
So Beth is excited for 2 podcasts. One of them is a mystery, though.
And
Yes.
she knows absolutely nothing about the other one she's super excited about.
Was it a rewatch podcast?
No, it wasn't a rewatch. It wasn't a
Comedians?
rewatch. It has to be
mediums?
No,
comedians.
Oh. I thought we unlocked Beth's special interest in mediums.
It's a podcast called Medium.
Reality stars.
Look, we're not gonna find it right now in my brain. I promise you.
Well,
but
the move is to bring up other shit, and then it'll stir.
Antique.
I just remember that it's coming out because they're both coming out the 22nd. I was like, that's so much cool content one day. I just can't remember what it is. I'll find it though. What am I watching? What are we watching this week?
Beth,
hold on, let me do it.
Do it.
Hey Beth, what are we watching this week?
Hey Beth, what are we watching this week?
Hey me, we're watching Rocky Horror Picture Show this week is my pick.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it. And I wanted to pick a musical. And then we're kind of in a spooky mood. So I wanted to pick something kind of spooky-ish. So
And I've never seen it.
Yeah, neither have I. This feels like a movie or a musical that Jesse could potentially get into because Tim Curry.
Yeah. Yes.
I do like Tim Curry.
Yes.
I know that this is a cult classic. And there are some people that I didn't expect to be into it that have been in my life.
It's been very controversial in my life. It's very divisive.
How so?
Oh.
Well, you love it or hate it, apparently.
Oh, yeah. There was this, I think there was like a Karen or something that I overheard talking about it at a comic shop. And she was like there with her kid. And I was very confused because she was like, super excited because she was going to a Rocky Horror Picture Show screening on Halloween or sometime before Halloween. And she said she cosplayed and shit. And I'm like, what the hell?
Well, it's like, it's that much of a cult following. Like, people do like these midnight viewings of it. It's like, that's what's traditionally done. Like, even my mom, who I wouldn't expect to be super into it, used to go when she was younger to these like midnight viewings. And it's a ton of fun.
Wow.
I think, yeah.
I would like
People just love it.
I would like to be able to do that in the future. So this is our opportunity to get a foot in the door.
When you said you hadn't seen it, that's the most surprising haven't seen it of our friendship so far, I think.
Yeah. I think that I avoided it because it does have such a cult following and because like people that annoyed me were super into it.
Yeah.
That'll ruin stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to see about it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hey, that's the whole show.
That's the show, everybody.
Wow. Beth never thought of the podcast.
And I won't until I do.
You're never going to know what it is. And neither are we.
No, I'm going to know what it is.
Is it about turtles?
Turtles?
You know, I'm into them turtle casts.
If she thinks about it, I'll put it in the show notes.
Yes.
It's about crawfish etouffee?
Etouffee?
Specific Cajun podcast. About crawfish etouffee.
I gotta get my hands on some crawfish.
I fucking love crawfish.
I bet I would.
I believe in you.
Bye bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.
What's the podcast?
Good
What's
night.
the podcast?
games. What
What
is
is
it?
it? What is it?
What is
I
it?
don't
Is it
know.
about sports?
I don't know.
Absolutely